Hi guys, so long time no see. I'm back now, kinda. I'm not gonna say that because every time I say that, something happens and I'm gone for another 7 years. That's really a thing, especially in my life. So I'm back, guess who's back? Back again, it's me. Doing a little tattoo tour, trying to make my channel more about me than makeup tutorials. I'm gonna start shifting the focus of this channel from makeup, which is daunting to me now. Now it's my job, it's not everything that I am. I won't be doing too many more of those. I don't have the setup, I don't have the time, I don't have the energy. This community is already oversaturated with a million beautiful gurus to follow for makeup. I have a lot of facets to my personality that I would like to express. So all of you 17,000 subscribers that are still here for Profound Torture and makeup tutorials, feel free to unsubscribe because from now on, it's whatever I want. I never started this channel to please other people, and I'm not going to start now. So today I am going to talk about tattoos. So in these past couple years, I've gotten very heavily into the tattoo culture. It's something I like to spend my money on. I work hard for it, and I think that I deserve it. So here we go. I'm not going to be talking about pain in any of these because pain is subjective. They're tattoos, it's needles going into your skin for a long period of time and lots of rubbing against the wound, so you take from that what you will. I do have a very high pain tolerance. I think the reward is just worth the pain to me. So that's my whole spiel about pain. I'm going to be putting pictures all around of my different tattoos instead of trying to physically show you because it's going to be too hard. So I'll be adding pictures into this as well. Alright, so let's start off. So I've been getting tattooed for about 11 years now, and come a long way. So let's start off with, I can't go from first to last because I have a lot of coverage, so I'll just go from top to bottom. So first I have microbladed eyebrows, which I have a love-hate relationship with. I do love them. I'm glad I got it done, but at the same fact that this is something that's going to have to consistently be done for it to look good. So I still have to draw mine in and pencil them in, all that fun stuff, but honestly, when I have no makeup on, I don't, look as crazy as I did when I had zero eyebrows. So, whatever. After that, I do have my lash line, my eyeliner tattooed, which I did not particularly like, so I didn't take care of it, and I actually wanted it to fade and not be as strong. I wasn't really into, the look of it. I like to not wear eyeliner sometimes, and I think I was just friends with a girl that was learning how to do it, so I was a practice model, and yeah. Moving on, I do have my face and my head tattooed. So I do have dreads now, if you guys haven't noticed. This is going to be a video all on its own. I'm going to go over my dread journey for, I think I'm 14 months locked, so that will be another video. But I decided to cut off some of my dreads, and I got a head tattoo, which I'll post now. Right now I'm growing my dreads back, and I'm gonna make them silver. So I'm gonna have some silver dreads in with my darker dreads, since I am going gray a little bit. Whatever, might as well embrace it. So, but underneath, if I ever decide to shave them off or cut my hair again, I have a beautiful piece on my head. Moving down, I have both sides of my neck done. Puzzle piece on my neck, which is for my son who has autism. You probably hear him in the background, he's kind of loud. It was really cool because the shop that did this, half the proceeds went to support a local special needs autism school. So I thought that was amazing. For them to do a bunch of tattooed guys really caring about special needs kids was a lot to me. So I love my puzzle piece. It's two of them. It's kind of like it's supposed to be cut out of my neck and stitched back on with some blood. Had to make it a little gory for me. And I also have the other side of my neck, which is my planchette. I'm a very big New Orleans buff, and that tattoo reminded me of, my voodoo kind of culture. All right, moving along, I have the back of my neck tattooed, which I will post here. my first tattoos. It was inspired by the band My Ruin, which I used to, really love. I still do. And I would read like the CD booklet, and I remember Terry B, the lead singer, wrote a little manifesto, and part of it was music. So it's music, and underneath it, I do eventually want to get my inspiration is poison, because whenever I love something, it consumes all of me, if you cannot tell. So there's that one. All right. Moving further down, I have a pseudo chest piece. It's not all the way done yet, but I have, I'm pretty symmetrical, so I like to make things symmetrical. I have bats, which you guys probably have seen. I do not particularly like them. They're from when I was young and dumb. Eventually I will try to either make them better or camouflage them out, one or the other. I have some smoke kind of misting away from them, and I have 2 full moons on either side of my shoulder. I like how they fit right in here, and I like the little open space right here. Think about getting some script right there eventually. All right, and then I have in the middle, I have it's a fairy symbol for protection. I love to put it right in the front of my face just to ward off anyone who wants to do me harm. To be protected. So there's my little symbol for protection. I do have a vampire half sleeve, which had some ups and downs with her. She used to be my favorite tattoo, and then her face kind of faded. My artist redid it 2 times. And I don't particularly like the tattoo anymore as much. Just particularly her face. Her body still looks really pretty. So I will be getting a different artist to kind of just change this into something else. It's kind of sad. It was my favorite tattoo, but shit happens. I have a Plan 9 from Outer Space kind of sleeve. After her, it goes down to a kind of Salvador Dali inspired, I don't know if you can see this, again I'll have pictures, like cemetery scene with like tombstones. There's a little hooded guy walking around. I don't know if you can see him. Where is he? He's right there. A tree, which I really like. There's a little cheekbone. Inside the mist, there's a skull. On the inside of my arm, which I cannot show you, again, I'm going to have pictures, I have a ankh and a coffin around it. I love the ankh. It was actually my first tattoo. I'm not particular about the coffin around it. It's not one of my favorites. Again, eventually, once I get fully covered, I'm going to go back and do like a second round of tattooing, and I will be getting that try to reworked as much as it can be. It's not my style. I'm not very much into a traditional style of tattooing, which I can appreciate. It's beautiful. It's just not my aesthetic. Let's see, from there, I can go on the inside of my arm, which is very beautiful. I don't ever see this one very much. Sorry, I can't show you. It's a spaceship and space. I have galaxy on the back of my arm. I also have an alien, which needs to be retouched. That kind of got messed up. It was the only tattoo that actually had a problem healing that I've had. It's pretty badly faded. It does need to be reworked, but again, this is just the first layer of tattoos. I have a lot more to go, and it will be fixed. So that is, I think, all I can remember. In my hand, I have kind of like a lacy, kind of like jewelry inspired floral. Got the same thing on both hands. And I also have my knuckles tattooed, which will be redone as well. I want them to be bigger to cover most of my knuckles. Right now they're kind of small. It says Pure Vamp. If you guys remember, that was actually one of my YouTube tutorials when I pseudo came back a couple years ago. I got that tattooed to my knuckles. I also have a quote on my hands, the side of my hands, from Lost Souls, which is one of my favorite books. It helped me as a traveling teenager through America get through my life and not feel so alone. The quote is, "We are not afraid, let the night come." Again, Poppy Z. Brite is a fantastic author. If you haven't read anything from her, or I guess Billy now, I highly suggest that you would. Again, it's everything that a young, awkward, unsure but curious goth baby bat would love in life. So check it out if you haven't read the novel. Okay, so let's move on to my left sleeve. At the top I have The Bride of Frankenstein and Frankenstein's Monster. Stylistic, design. I think it's very beautiful. It's exactly what I wanted. On the outside of my arm, I have like a palm, like a tree, kind of. It almost looks like a palm tree. It's not supposed to, but I kind of like that it does because I do live in Florida. So it kind of signifies my home that I'm in now. But that actual scene is for the scene when Frankenstein and the little girl are, picking daisies and throwing them into the water, and they run out, and Frankenstein doesn't realize the concept of something has to end, so he picks the girl up, tosses her into the water, which ultimately dubs him the monster. So that scene was very symbolic for me. It's kind of like innocence portrayed. So I have that little scene, and also, like I said, it kind of looks like Florida, and that's my home now, which ties into the inside of my arm, which is a windmill. I grew up in Virginia and Pennsylvania, and you get tons of windmills all around. It was just, something I found beauty in, and again, it tied in with my Frankenstein kind of idea, the theme of my upper arm, or my monster's kind of sleeve. I have a kind of like a half sleeve on the bottom of Johnny the Homicidal Maniac. That was a very significant time in my life when I got into those comics. I was a teenager traveling the United States from, I think I was in Virginia, going to California, and it was just something that really took me out of the chaos that was my life, and I found solitude in those graphic novels. I have the Doughboys on there. I have Nail Bunny. I have Johnny with his beautiful little smile. Fun fact, a lot of people at work say that they like this tattoo because he looks so happy because of his smile. If they only knew, he feeds people to his wall that talks to him, amongst many other things. So from here on out, I'll keep going down. I have nothing on my back. So other than my neck, that kind of goes down on my back, there's nothing on there. Oh, my neck and my butt. It's one solid piece, so I haven't ventured at all on it. It's a nice clean canvas for someone to work on. All right, so moving on. Going to the lower half of my body, I do have my stomach tattooed. It's a two snakes, ram skull, with kind of like some kind of filigree. Eventually that's going to be a complete stomach piece. It's not done yet, it will be one day hopefully. But it's kind of like supposed to be armorish, and there is a pentagram around my belly button, so kind of disguising my belly button a little bit. Going lower from that, I have my legs. So I have two thigh pieces. They are Michelin Pitt inspired, which is one of my favorite kind of like pinup alternative models. I think they were drawings from her, and I took them way before I should have, known to ask an artist if it was okay to get something tattooed on, which I'm not okay with now. But I was young and dumb, and sorry if you're watching this, which I know you're not. I'm sorry, but they are two of my favorite pieces. They're in cameos. I think they look gorgeous on my legs. One says Feast or Famine with a girl, like a pinup girl that goes into a zombie. The other says Blood and Thunder, and it's with a pirate girl, which I absolutely love. They're supposed to be full color, which I don't know. Maybe one day eventually I'll color them in, but I kind of like them the way they are right now. Yeah, Blood and Thunder, and I have thunder thighs, kind of thick thighs, so I think it's very fitting. Right, so from the side of my thighs, on the, left-hand side, I have Frankenfurter. Again, a beautiful color portrait of Tim Curry being Frankenfurter. I love portraits. I have plenty of those. It's gorgeous. It's one of my favorite tattoos. A lot of color did fall out of it, but again, there will be touch-ups in store for me. I'll finish the left leg, the left side, and then we'll go to the other side. So with that, I have my knee. I have the same death head moths on both sides of my knees with crystals at the bottom of it, and they have half crescent moons with some stars. I just have the same thing on both sides, death head moths, crystals, moons. I have so many moons tattooed. I think I counted one day and I have like 30 moons on me at some point. It's a lot. I'm entranced by her beauty. What can I say? So after the moons, I have on the outside of my calf, I have Lo. It's a demon, the demon Lo. It's actually a movie that used to be on Netflix. It's not there anymore. And I love the special effects on that movie. I also love the story. It came to me at a perfect time in my life, and it was very influential to me. And I have the demon Lo with a little scribble in white, which I don't like, but whatever. White tattoos that says love is hell, because that's what it is. It's work, it's hell, but it is worth it in the long end. So that was like a little reminder for me. On the inside of my leg, I have Rod Serling, a portrait of Rod Serling. I still to this day fall asleep to Twilight Zone, and I just love hearing his beautiful voice, his gorgeous eyebrows, and his cigarette smoking charisma. Alright, and then I'm going down to my foot, my left foot. I have a Thor's hammer with my son's name, Talon, on my foot. I'll start on the back of my legs before I work over to the right side. Underneath my butt, I have the words Carpe Noctem in some kind of like gothic lettering, which means seize the night. I think that's very fitting. I am a night person. I love the night. I find beauty in the darkness, and I have it underneath my butt. And then I have like the little jewelry things going down, and like stocking lines down the back of my legs. And they end with little spiders, which I really like too. Okay, and we'll move over to my other thigh. Like I said, I have the Michelin Pit Feast or Famine Zombie, half zombie girl. The same death head moth on my knee. And so I also have RuPaul tattooed to the right side of my thigh. Another color portrait. RuPaul is everything to me. I am a drag queen at heart. It's a culture that I've always loved. I always loved gay culture, and RuPaul has been an icon not only in style, but in the message that he portrayed. He, you know, was a leader and an individual, unapologetically himself. And it's something that I always admired. When I went to New Orleans, I actually got to meet Craig Tracy. He's a famous body painter, and all we did was talk about RuPaul the entire time. And I was gushing over his amazing artwork. But yeah, so I have RuPaul too. On my outer calf, I have Toxie from the Toxic Avenger. I'm very much a trauma person. I love old movies. I love old classic B-rated movies. That's a thing for me. Plan 9 sleeve, so it's in my blood. I love a cheesy 80s movie. On the inside of my leg, I have Bela Lugosi, which is another one of my most beautiful portraits I think I have. He's very well done. He's gorgeous. He's dark. He's handsome and mysterious. And I do have him on the same side as I have Vampira. They work with each other a couple times. And I have him on the inside of my leg. I am forgetting one of my favorite ones though, is on my upper thigh, which I'll put a picture here. I have the Crypt Keeper. Again, that was one of my favorite pieces. It's an amazing artist that did it for me, and I can't wait for him to create a couple other pieces of art on my body. I'm trying to think if I have any more tattoos. I don't think so. Sometimes whenever you have a lot, you forget. And here is another tattoo that I forgot. I told you guys, once you get a certain amount, you tend to forget some. I have a little pentagram with the number 13 in the center of it. It was a tattoo shop special. It was Friday the 13th. They were doing those $20 little flash sheet deals, and I waited in line for like freaking 5 hours just for this little last tattoo. But it was a good memory with some good. So I hope you guys enjoyed. I will do another one of these eventually, you know. keep you updated. I have a lot more planned out. I have my back, my stomach to finish, my legs to fill in. So there's no spaces, and my other foot to do. I'm probably going to get more of my face, probably. Once I do that, I will do another one of these updated tattoo tours, and I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I will see you when I see ya. No promises, because you know I suck at promises. I don't know when I'm going to be back on YouTube. Let's just keep it real. Not the most consistent person, but you know what? Better than nothing. Bye, guys.